Hello, this is Rick from MathX, and today we're going to be doing the number 3 from the AIME II of 2020. Now, unlike a lot of other AIME problems I go over on this channel, this problem isn't as hard as it looks to be. Typically, AIME problems involve step after step and unique thinking styles, but this is just quite simple logarithm problem, not even too beyond the box. Still, for first-time AIME takers, it might be a little scary because of this logarithm notation. But the purpose of this video to show you is that logarithms aren't that hard, and you should pursue them on your own, as they can be really useful for getting you free points like this on the AIME. Anyways, without further ado, let's just get straight into the problem. The value of x that satisfies log 2 to the x raised to 3 to the 20 equals log 2 to the x plus 3 raised to 3 to the 20 can be written as m over n, where m and n are relatively prime positive integers. Find m plus n. So, in this problem, it gives us a logarithmic equation, and it asks us to solve for the x that satisfies it. Then once we solve for the x, we add its numerator and denominator and put that as our answer. If it was a simple linear equation, this problem would not be an AIME, because it would be too easy. But since we decided to put logarithms involved, it make it a little more scary to make it a little bit of a challenge. Still, as I'm about to show you, it's not too challenging. So let's quickly copy down the information they gave us. They tell us that log 2 to the x raised to 3 to the 20 is equal to log of 2 to the x plus 3 raised to 3 to the 2020. Now, this problem may look a little scary because, look at it, we have 4 terms going up like that, and here we also have 4 terms with one of them being expression. But if you just notice one simple thing, this problem just kind of falls apart. That one simple thing is 2 and 3. In both of these equations, we have 2 fixed as the base of the exponent power, and 3 fixed as another base to the exponent power. Now there's this property of logarithms that allows us to separate the raised exponents of these respective bases, 2 and 3, and keep it as a separate fraction off to the side of the logarithm log 2, 3. So if we apply this property, we can express log 2 to the x, 3 to the 20 as 20 over x log 2 to the 3. Similarly, we can express the right-hand side as 20 over x plus 3 times log 2 to the 3. So we simplified this large scary expression into 2 smaller terms. Now from here, it's clear to see that we can cancel out log 2 to the 3 and log 2 to the 3 from both sides. So we get 20x is equal to 20 over x plus 3. So it is at this point simple algebra just takes over. We just need to cross multiply both sides, and then we can solve for x, and then from there just add its numerator and denominator with one another. So cross multiplying, we get 20x is equal to 20x plus 20 times 3, which is 60. So we can subtract both sides by 20x to get 2000x is equal to 60. Then finally, by dividing both sides by 2000, we get the value of x as 60 over 2000. Now before you add up the numerator and denominator and express that as your answer for x, remember, this isn't simplest form for this value of x. We have to find the simplest form, where m and n are relatively prime positive integers, and then add those two together. Right now, 60 and 2000 are not relatively prime positive integers. In order to do that, we need to divide both sides of this fraction by 20. So we can simplify it down to x is equal to 60 divided by 20, which is 3, over 2000 divided by 20, which is 100. So we get x is equal to 3 hundredths. Adding the numerator and denominator, we get 3 plus 100. So that'll give us m plus n to be 103. And just like that, we solved this number 3 from the AIME II of 2020. This problem wasn't particularly hard. In fact, we only had to use one logarithm property to solve this entire problem. But AIME can get away with making these scary looking problems because people just get scared of the notation. If you actually take the time to learn the basics about logarithms, you see that this problem is no harder than a typical textbook problem. So the best way to prep for AIME is just get the basics down to these scary kinds of concepts. And once you do that, they can't trick you with these kinds of cheap tricks.